Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Brutal loss.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Losers Lounge.
Oh, brother.
Presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app and use code DNVR365 when you sign up. Choose your offer, find out why. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. We're also in the Toyota Losers Lounge, driven by your Front Range Toyota stores. Toyota is the official vehicle of DNVR. Brendan Vogt is here still.
Celtics lost at least.
Celtics lost.
At what cost?
To Zach LaVine.
At what cost?
This was an all-time could have been a dope day in Denver and was not a dope day in Denver. This is way up there.
Yeah,
way up there.
This could have been a dope day. Harrison wins here.
We've had to watch losses to the Wizards and now the Blazers this year.
And the Pelicans without their guys.
And we're not even halfway through the season.
Yeah.
This season's going to kill me.
That might have just been
I'm
December, to be honest with you. Then Superstar Dev rounding out the show.
Sorry, that's been in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I was so excited for... I think I even said there was good vibes in the bar.
There were great vibes.
There really were, man.
Dude,
This night had so much potential.
So much, man, but it was not to be as the Nuggets give
they
up
let us down.
126 points to the top-rated
Jesus.
offense in NBA history, the Portland Trail Blazers, the 2024 Portland Trail Blazers. Let's do a fast breakdown for you just so we can relive this torture, shall we? Hot start for Christian Brown. You guys remember he had 7 of the first 9 points?
That didn't translate to the fourth quarter.
Sometimes that tells the story. Sometimes it does not.
Well,
Tonight it does
wasn't on the
not.
floor, so.
Then Michael Porter Jr. went on his own run. Porter quarter, technically 10 points in the
It's going
first.
to be a big Porter game then.
It's going to be a big, well, that also. Here's one for you. 9 offensive rebounds for Portland in the first quarter.
Surely that would correct itself.
This one
over
I
the rest
think is
of the
going to
game.
keep going.
That unfortunately was the note that carries over. 35-30 Nuggets after 1, second quarter. Blazers immediately take the lead, and you go, oh my God, here we go, bench. They take the lead. Starters come back in. Will this stop things? Absolutely not. Blazers open up a big lead. And it was headed for a blowout at halftime until Jokic hit 3 threes in a very short span and ties the game 66-66 going into the half. All right, we're back, baby. Third quarter, sluggish start. They fall back behind. Jamal Murray did have that double clutch dunk and then a 3, and you thought, all right, maybe this is it. But no, they got absolutely torched after that sequence. 38 points they gave up in the third quarter. Got outscored 38-21 to the lowly Blazers, and they go down 104-87 to hit into the fourth. So the bench comes back in, makes an immediate run, and you know who was playing well in that little stint? Hunter Tyson, grabbing some boards, making some hustle plays. The bench cut it all the way down to 3.
And then the starters came back in and...
Well, no, let's just see how long we can ride this. Okay. Let's just see how long we can ride this bench lineup that got us all the way back to 3.
We've never tried that before.
Immediate 6-0 run, back to 9 points, timeout. Now let's get the starters back in there. Big, huge swing there. Another play that swung the game, Simons slipped on a fast break, and Murray hit a 3. The game was over several times, and weird things kept happening for the Nuggets to have the door open. Like, the Nuggets kept trying not to let it happen. Simon slips. It was kind of a scary fall. Murray hits a 3. Jokic's defense tonight was really rough, and in the pick and roll, they're just playing a little drop, and guys were getting comfortable shots. Jamal hit a step back, though, to tie it with 1:20. Jokic fouled. Portland tied it up at the foul line. Nuggets got 2 chances to go up. They could not. Jokic got a foul on a rebound. Portland's free throws put them up 2 with 24 seconds left. Jokic tied it on a post-up. And the game on the line, tied, last possession. Russell Westbrook gets put on an island against Anfernee Simons and just gets blown by. No help side defense from anybody. He's by himself. Simons gets a layup, blows by him, and gets not really that tough of a layup. And that's how your Nuggets are going to lose to one of the worst teams in the NBA.
Again.
All right, let's go to our Red Hawk Roofing big takeaways. Superstar Dev, warm it up.
So my Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway is, if you heading into this game was talking about momentum, was trying to be optimistic, and got your head into this team is getting it together.
I feel like you're looking
and they
right at
have
me
the
right now.
pieces. This is a game, and you will see for the the audience or whoever it is that's on the other side of it. This team just lost to the Wizards. This team just lost to the Pelicans that were down. They just lost to the Portland Trail Blazers.
That is 3 losses. 3 of their losses this year. You just listed them. Oh my God.
They're horrible. I'm just saying, my thing is, if you want to be a contender, you lose to those type of teams.
Yeah.
If your front office, if your higher management, your idea is maybe it's time for a shakeup for real.
Yeah.
That might have just solidified the idea that this team just does not have it in the ways that you believe that they do. So maybe a shakeup really might be needed when you lose to a team like that.
Man, you're right that we were sitting here going 3 in a row. Are they back? Can they do this or that? But it's just another of these losses, man. And they happen if you spaced them out. The Pelicans loss was like 2 weeks away from the Wizards loss, which is 2 weeks away from this one. They just like every 2 weeks you get hit with this
every time it seems like they've hit this stretch of runway, they're ready to take off, and they just blow a tire every time, man.
Yeah. What's your Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway?
Oh man, this season's gonna kill me, man. I'm kind of with Dev. I mean, my thought after this game and throughout it was just like, these are the types of losses that really get you heading towards this team needs a shakeup trade. This team needs a massive shift because it just feels like they don't have it. And I mean, this game just had everything, man. I mean, you could check a lot of things off your bingo card for this game. The offensive rebounding.
15 of them for Portland.
When you're a team like the Nuggets and you have so much length on your front line, Porter, Gordon, Jokic, rebounding just comes down to effort and discipline. That's all it is, especially defensive rebounding. And the Nuggets have been a terrible rebounding team this season, and that's what it comes down to, effort and discipline. They just don't have it. Michael Malone leaving the bench in for too long in that fourth quarter. So classic, so predictable. You could see it happening in real time. And then just down the stretch, that last play, man, no help. It seems like that was the plan. It doesn't seem like the Nuggets wanted to double team that. They were kind of just relying on Russell Westbrook to contain him and then maybe help from Jokic or somebody else, but it didn't come. And that was just kind of a microcosm of the season. This team still isn't really connected. They're still not on the same page in a lot of respects. And it's just not coming together. I thought it was. I kind of talked myself into it before this game. The winning streak. I felt like the vibes were returning. But maybe they just got lucky against Sacramento, and they're still the same team that we thought they were.
Huge kind of comeback, right, against the Clippers.
Yeah, I mean, pretty decisive wins over the Clippers and the Hawks, to be fair. But yeah, this is... I mean, so they lost 2 games, I think, against below 500 teams last year or something like that.
They were good at it. They got good at it.
And this is 3 now this year, and the 3 are that Pelicans game, the Wizards game, and this game. So, I mean, one more prescient Jokic moment. They can beat anyone, they can lose to anyone. It's as true as it's ever been. Beyond trade talk, my Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway is this was rebounding, defensive rebounding, second chance points. This isn't a game where it's we couldn't do this because of our personnel. They couldn't do it because they didn't do it. Hit someone, grab a rebound, man.
Yeah.
When they do that, they win this year. When they do it, they win sometimes comfortably. When they don't, they lose. And so that's why, I think sort of just beyond going they don't have it. The persistent issues are the perimeter defense, but the rebounding and the defensive rebounding. And that, to me, that one is effort stuff. Just man up. And, Mike, who grabs 7 rebounds a game, got to get some of these contested ones and got to box out. And so those are the issues that have plagued them all year, that when they do that stuff, they beat the Thunder. And when they don't, they lose to this team.
Yeah. This is rough. My Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway. I don't know what's going on with Yoke. He had 34 points tonight. That's obviously really good. He had 8 assists. That's pretty good. Although didn't hit the bet, did we, Dev? We needed 8.5. Oh my gosh, Yoke. 6 rebounds is so weird, man. And I just thought his body language, these last couple games, it's been a little bit weird. They've been winning, so you're just all right, I'm seeing things. But tonight it was so clearly, as you referenced, about effort and energy, and rebounding was a big part of that. It just looked uninterested. And, I hate to do this, but you look at that cup game with Giannis at the end of it, what happens? He makes that rotation to get the block like a crazy, sells out to make the play. And you see Jokic almost in the exact same situation tonight. Didn't even go. Just kind of watches it. It's like, oh, here comes a layup. Time's running out. You know there's like, you don't have to worry about the board in that situation or whatever. And it just, again, Jokic, obviously, it's hard to criticize him because he's obviously the team's best player. And even on his bad nights, he's the best player. But there just seems like something like he's in a emotional funk. We've almost had a reverse Jokic this year.
That can't be good.
Yeah.
We got a reverse Jokic, man.
I'll just ask the question: is he already a little burned out?
I mean, maybe that's me. I don't think so. They've had 3 games in 2 weeks. Well, you know what I mean? Like, there's no way.
I can't remember the last guy going as hard as he did at the beginning of the season, though.
But his burnout would have to be like mental, like just not interested. Like it's really that way. It's not like
or frustrated or
like or frustration. Like even if you think about him when he was benched today, the body language, not benched, but when they didn't go with his regular timing of getting back in the game, his body language, he was still out of it. Like mentally, it was like, I don't know if he was pouting or if Malone was trying to prove a point to him or what was said there, but I knew it from the opening when he was already complaining on the first play of the game. I was like, okay, it might be one of those type of games, and you're starting to see like the attitude shift and change where it's not the same type of Jokic that we've been seeing. And that's where I was most optimistic. The last few games with him not shooting as much, he was still like in a good mood. He was still playing the right way and trying to do those things. But then there's these type of games that makes it hard and makes you question of like, okay, what's going on here? I'm shocked at his stats.
I know, really, honestly, 34 points, 6 and 8.
Quietest 34 I've seen in a while.
Yeah, just kind of a quiet one. I mean, he hit some big threes, obviously had that stretch, but the rebounding to me is crazy. I don't remember the last time Jokic had 6 rebounds.
He got out-rebounded by DeAndre Jordan in a game that he played. He played 36 minutes. And it was a high-scoring game. You know what I mean? Like, they got the 250.
And it's not like any of these teams shot great.
That's what I'm saying.
There are a lot of rebounds to be had.
There were a lot.
And it wasn't because Aaron and Mike were eating them up. I mean, none of those 3 guys had more than 6. And to me, I mean, the perimeter defense is bad too, but just like to me, rebounding right now is this team's single most controllable factor.
So controllable.
In wins or losses that they just sometimes decide not to control. Yeah. And that one to me, that just drives me insane. I mean, we said it in the pregame show. There is one thing Portland does well in this game, in this season. There's one way that they can hang around in this game, and it was that. And so I hate the trade rumors so much, and I'm not blaming it on them. I'm not. But like, you want to see them like believing in each other and playing for each other. That's just one that's just, all right, I'm going to fight a little harder to get this rebound. Because he just fought a little harder on defense that last possession.
Or it's I'm fighting too hard and my teammate has the rebound. I'm
man.
trying to steal it from him.
I swear to God.
And then we give up an offensive board.
Oh my God. I swear to God the Nuggets have 5 of these a day.
How,
our game.
Man?
I don't know. And it's always a guy that's like slapped. I can't even grab it. I'm just going to slap it out of your hand. And you're like, what on earth are you doing?
It's because they don't box out. And so like then they just kind of meet everything at the top, and then like, you know what I mean? It's just so. There
was a crucial one late in the game too that was like absolutely costly. But yeah, I'm with you, man. It almost does seem like a funk, like he's upset. Like I would say, Jokic it almost felt like protest energy. Like he's still going to go out there and go through the motions, but it's like a protest energy.
And because of it, they're in this pattern, which they were also in last year. And this is a carryover from the playoffs, it feels like. They just get out to these terrible starts, and they have to come back. And that can work in the regular season.
Right.
It can work. It doesn't work in the playoffs, and we found that out last year. And
also, it's exhausting.
It is exhausting, especially in the playoffs. And they're just in this habit right now, I think partly because they don't have the energy and the excitement at the beginning of games. And then second half, they mount this comeback, and I think part of them also feels like we're good enough to mount these comebacks. We can get behind a little bit, but it works a little bit in the regular season. It does not work in the playoffs, and I'm just worried that we're going to run into that same issue again.
This was another game where you feel worried. Like, you just want to string some enough games together that you're not worried anymore. But unfortunately, a game that makes us feel a little worried. All right, let's take a break. On the other side, let's break down the last play. Let's go through the roster. There were some silver linings. There were some guys that played well tonight. We'll try to touch on them as well.
Shout out to our friends over at Red Hawk Roofing. Sponsors of our big takeaway segment. Man, we love our guys at Red Hawk Roofing. They are the best roofers around. Not just in Denver or Colorado. Best roofers on the face of this earth. Quality materials, decades of experience, the quickest response time. They are Colorado's best estimators and contractors. They are huge DNVR supporters. And they'll give you a free no-obligation roof and property inspection, a free in-depth photo report for all inspections as well. Give them a call today, 720-771-8921. Maybe you'll run into them here at the DNVR bar. Set up a free, no-obligation roof and property inspection with them right then. Supporting your local teams means supporting local businesses. Support these guys. Call them for all your roofing needs. RedHawkRoofing.com, 720-771-8921. Tell them DNVR sent you.
Bet365, where it's never ordinary, except for them sponsoring this podcast. They do that a lot. They're an official partner of the Denver Nuggets and Colorado Avalanche, and they're good friends of ours too. And whenever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. They have their basketball early payout offers. You can win your bets and your parlays even if the team loses, as long as they go up by 20 points at any point in the game. Tons of extra boosts, including the DNVR custom boosts, which you can see periodically at the up at Bet365 for all of our different sports. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets when you bet $5. Sign up, use code DNVR365, deposit $10, and place a bet for $5 to get $150 in bonus bets. Whenever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. You have to be 21 and older, and physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
All right, back here, segment 2. Kel, do we have the screen grabs of this last play? Let's walk through this here. You want to lead this here, Wind?
Yeah, last play.
Okay.
Here's the first shot.
This is the
Simons
clear out
with
play.
the ball.
This is the clear out.
4 seconds left, so he's going right now.
Yeah.
And if we go to the next one here, starts to go, and you can see Murray's shading over. So Murray's leaving. Who is that? Sharp?
Yeah.
So they're giving up the 3 to Sharp here, or maybe they'll rotate back, but they're not worried about Sharp.
But is he actually committed to like trying to force that right now?
It looks like he's forcing him to the right, like to his right hand, kind of.
Yeah, but I'm
like
saying,
Russ.
You're saying Jamal?
No, Jamal.
Yeah, Jamal. Well, Jamal's not forcing anything. He's just
stunting
like in
over.
no man's land right now.
I think he's stunning over to like kind of double, but also just like force him that way.
Well, the
it's
stunt is
non-committed.
supposed to force him to the right. Yeah, like you're taking away the middle here. So, okay, it's coming to the right. Go to the next one here.
Takes a little bit to get there, though.
And then here he goes, and he just is already kind of past him right here.
Yeah, he just gets beat, honestly, just off the dribble here.
And you can see Yoke start to come over a tiny bit.
Okay.
AG's worried about the Grant 3. Not a lot of time, but
Yoke's really not covering a ton of ground over here. Yeah, that's too tight of an angle. I thought maybe he was a little wider. AG can stun a little bit over, but I actually think, that's too direct of an angle really to get. He's just so.
If
got
Westbrook
such a
is
clean run.
able to push him a little more to the sideline, maybe Gordon can go over without leaving Grant entirely, but he can't really get there at all.
Yeah.
And then this is just the layup. You're already out of position. I mean, yeah, Yoke could have rotated. Russ honestly just can't get beat there. And then defensively, I mean, you could probably get a little bit more stunts, from AG and Jamal.
Yoke's supposed to be in help side. Could you go back a couple? Like 2. So Yoke should be in help side committing all the way if Jamal's not going to be there. If you go back one more, so the first one, one more.
Yeah, one more.
Michael Porter Jr. right there. Now, who is he guarding?
In the corner.
No,
so
but
he's stunting over.
So
I can't tell.
So
who,
Yoke should be there, and then he has the 2 guys. So now you have Jamal. In
Yoke
a real
also
zone.
looks like he's calling for something.
he's calling for Jamal to get over. He's calling for Jamal to get
Exactly.
over.
He's not moving,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
once he's not moving, Michael Porter is actually just. I mean, he has nothing to do on that play right there. Jokic should be in the help side. I don't know why you would push a guy to his dominant hand, right hand, just layup line. But that was like bad help side defense that entire time.
Well, the other thing that happened on that play was that Russell Westbrook closed. You know, Denver has Christian Brown as their defensive stopper. Russ obviously is a defensive playmaker. Do we question at all the decision to go there? Russ was having a great game, man. This was a really good game from Russ.
He was playing well, but your best defender in your mind is supposed to be Christian Brown. Also, you have Peyton Watson. Why is Russell Westbrook the primary defender?
I think
or
in
just the
Malone's
guy
mind,
out
it's
there?
Russ. I think Russ is the guy in that spot in Malone's
That's
mind.
the wildest, part, but also it kind of tells you where they are defensively and maybe why they're struggling so bad defensively. Peyton Watson and Christian Brown are supposed to be your best defenders.
You want to know something also crazy about this play? Why is Michael Porter on the floor?
Yeah, I mean, Denver. I mean,
What?
Yes.
You got Christian Brown and Peyton Watson on the bench? This is coming out of a timeout, right?
Yeah, it was.
And
you have Michael
on
Porter?
Portland, who was the guy that's taking the shot for them?
It's going to be Simons, like 90%
So they chose
chance.
to go with Russell Westbrook as the primary defender in this type of situation with Christian Brown and Peyton Watson on your team. And again, you said Michael Porter Jr. This was shocking. That was shocking. They had a timeout before this. They elected to go with this. Wasn't you're stuck in this situation, so he has to be out there for like defensive purposes. This was what they chose. That's alarming.
I will say it's not Porter's fault that Westbrook got dusted by Anfernee Simons going to his right and finished with his right hand.
Yeah,
Because we're going
it's
through
not.
the factors.
It's not.
Yeah.
I'm not as mad about Westbrook being out there and on the ball because he's been great on the ball lately.
And he had some big plays in this one.
And Christian
defensively.
has not been as good on the ball. I'm not as upset about that. It was just a terrible defensive effort from him on that play.
Yeah. That was just a tough one. Aaron Gordon's the other guy that stands out to me in a negative way,
He
man.
was really
31
bad.
minutes tonight, and he had 2 points, 3 assists, 6 rebounds. Not a lot of productive in the stat sheet. Not a lot of stops defensively. And, when Denver's at their best, AG physically is a presence, and he just hasn't been consistently yet this year. And that's a concern.
And he's just shooting 3-pointers offensively.
Loves them, man.
The entire time.
Took 6 shots, 3 of them were threes.
Including the
his
first
shots.
possession. Do you remember the first possession?
Yeah, dude, that was wild.
My God.
This is a
I'm
walk-up.
surprised you didn't have that in your notes.
Yeah.
But
I forgot
also,
about
like,
that.
most
That
of
kind of
his,
set the tone.
most of his shots
You're kinda right.
came early in the game, and it is the threes. He's not, doing that physical dominance that we see at random times. So, there are spurts where he is aggressive and he wants to score and he wants to be aggressive. But right now, he's settling, and also he stopped shooting entirely in this game. So it's like, okay, what are you really bringing, right now?
Yeah.
And he had 30 minutes. So, he was invisible for a lot of that time out there.
If it's 2 points, but he grabs 11 rebounds, you win this game, right? But I know that's oversimplified.
Just weird. I mean, again, this game is so hard to analyze, man, because the team just looked like they were in such a weird funk.
How about this? The Nuggets won the non-Jokic minutes tonight against the Portland Trailblazers, and they lost.
Yeah.
So this is a little hard one
Yeah,
to be
that's-
like,
yeah.
oh, here, I know we all want to go to our narratives after every big win and every big loss, and I'm as guilty as
So
anyone
true,
else, as
man.
guilty as anyone else. But this is one where it's like, more than anything else, I'm just sitting here going, effing rebounds. That's
Yeah.
just like my big takeaway. Effing rebound.
They're not going to nearly score on you enough points
Yeah.
unless they get a bunch of second chance points. And they did get hot. I mean, another thing is when you see a bad offensive team get hot against you, they're comfortable. A lot of times it's like, and I just thought in the second and third quarter, both of those quarters, Portland settled in. It was like, all right, well, we're comfortable, man. We're in rhythm.
I'm actually not surprised when the Donovan Klingons of the world hit threes. You know what I mean? You're like, I'm sure he's
that
like,
one still surprised
I'm sure
you.
he's like, F it, why not? Me too. Why not?
Yeah, these guys
But
are
that's
going
what
to
happens when you're playing with fire, and that's why you call for having first big start, like good starts, but also that second half. You can't let a team hang around because then you talk about getting comfortable. They were very comfortable in that third quarter. They were making everything, and then down the stretch, they started making shots where you have people that are isoing, or you have your center, stepping out and hitting threes like that. You can't do that. So that's why it's important for you to really take every single team seriously, because you're just not that good right now. You're not good enough to I'm going to turn on the switch. They don't have a switch right now.
Mike, another grievance I have here in this one, 11 shots for Mike, a lot of those in a row, and then the well dried up just in terms of opportunity. 11 this game, 7 last game, 11 the game before. Prior to that, 17, 14, 15. Like, 14, 15, 16, 17 is kind of the Mike number. 11, 7, and 11 the last 3 games. I just feel like for some reason, when Murray's around, he seems to get fewer shots.
Mike had 16 tonight, though, right? Am I?
Points?
Yeah,
16
16 points.
Yeah.
11 shots.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's not getting. I mean, he was 6 of 11, 3 of 7.
Well,
from the
I think
three-point
he was
line.
cold in the third quarter, coming out of the half, and then he spooked himself a little bit.
Really?
I really do. But I also wonder too.
3 assists again.
one thing I really want to key in on a rewatch was, we were thrilled with how the spacing wasn't a problem last Russ start. Maybe it was tonight because Gordon's just chucking up threes. He can't get involved. Mike usually gets himself more involved by cutting to the rim. We didn't see a lot of that. So maybe the paint was just too packed. But, yeah, man, I think he missed a few threes in the third, and he took himself out of it. And just weird because the Mike minutes went fine tonight, man. And if he had just kind of if he had found 3 to 4 minutes to seize and make them Mike minutes, it could have gone a really long way.
He's just such a weapon, and it feels like sometimes it's like it's like he's not a weapon. It's just sometimes he's there, and you're like, oh, there it is.
Dude, we've been talking about this for 3 years.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's the same deal.
They've
never really effectively adjusted to make it so he doesn't just go silent for these long stretches. They've never been able to.
I am a bit shocked that they don't, just because it's been so long of him in the second half not getting the ball or not shooting. Why have they not adjusted to okay, we're gonna call the first 3 plays for him just to keep him involved or mentally there?
Because Dev, the Nuggets never believe offense is the problem. So why would they make any changes?
They're not necessarily wrong. Tonight they scored 124 points.
But in the playoffs, offense is a problem, or at least was last year for this team. And I think it's going to be again if they roll in with this exact look, and they're going to get burnt again because they think offense isn't a problem.
Yeah, but if you talk about him being a weapon, why not weaponize him?
I don't know.
Put him in those situations where you could change it. It really does make you such a better team when he has it going on. And if mentally he's disappearing every single second half where he does not even want to shoot the ball, there's something that you have to coach through or put in his head. Or maybe you make a shift hey, we're going to stagger you in the second half just because we want to make sure that you're, getting shots up. And then also we could go to a defensive lineup or just something there that tries to get him mentally there. But if you just accept that Mike's just going to disappear in the second half or, we're not going to get touch the ball for 2 whole quarters, what are we doing here? Really, what is the point?
Right.
Cardio. That's the point.
If we do give a shout out, the one guy that, and again, it's tough because the game winner kind of hit against him, but I thought Westbrook tonight was really good. One of his better games. 19 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 2 of 4 from 3, 8 of 12 from the floor. And the Nuggets looked lifeless tonight. Westbrook didn't. Westbrook was full of life.
It's unbelievable.
Plays so hard every
how
single
hard he
night.
plays.
And I had a lot of people texting me tonight about Westbrook, man. Nuggets fans have really enjoyed the Westbrook experience so far. Tonight, I think I got the most texts.
I mean, tonight it was. There's one game where he went crazy in the box score. I can't remember it now, but in terms of if you were watching this and your immediate takeaway of just value added on the floor, to me, this is Russ's top 3, top 2 performances of the season. It feels ridiculous because he got dusted in the game winner, and we're going to remember that. But I thought up until that point, he was really, really, really good. Brought energy on defense, at least tried to make guys uncomfortable. And then, I actually have thought he's struck a very nice balance in terms of maintaining just enough unpredictability. If he actually truly only passed the ball to Jokic ever, that play last game where he fakes the 3 and then passes it to Jokic, you're not even considering it. But he's just aggressive enough that I think defenders still have to take him seriously. He will shoot.
Yeah.
And I just thought he's done a brilliant job of striking the balance of being unpredictable enough times throughout a game that he's able to just sort of stick to what he knows works in crunch time and things like that.
Yeah, I feel like they just I think they wanted to get lucky with the Russell Westbrook experiment, but now he's truly one of the guys. He is on the team. Like he's playing the
He's a
entire
part of the
time.
personality
Like
of the team.
A real one. 33 minutes as like your backup point guard. He's on the floor when it matters. He's closing. He's the defensive anchor now. He's finishing around the rim. He's knocking down the 3-ball. He knows how to play Jokic ball. He has some highlight plays with like the assist. Like he really is bringing everything that you could ask for on him, and plus it's the energy. So like he's really like way above all expectations that's there. And this was an incredible game from him.
Yeah.
Like not just like for him, but like any player. Like if you want them to play the way that he played tonight. So like you can't be upset with Russell Westbrook because he gives it his all, but now he's also productive. It's really production too.
And the best part of his season and kind of the story of his year is he's more and more cut out the reckless plays.
Yeah.
And he still has one every now and then, maybe a couple of games. He had a bad turnover tonight, really bad one. But you can't compare that to where he was at the beginning of the season. Like he has really cut out a lot of the careless turnovers and terrible shot attempts. He hasn't taken that one-legged step back in a while, one-legged like leaner that he never made. So he's cut out a lot of that, and he's just kind of buying into the system.
He took two of those tonight, though.
Did he?
One-leggers, yeah. Yeah, we were talking about it when we were sitting up there.
Well, he
One
made
of
him
them
tonight.
went
He
He
made
made
one
him
of them made
tonight,
in,
so
yeah.
maybe he's making him. But I just feel like he's playing within the system more.
Yeah.
I
And
agree with that.
he's not, having as many of these careless, reckless turnovers, bad passes. He just seems like he's
Picking his
ingrained in
spots.
the system.
Yeah, he's picking the spots.
He does have great spacing, and he also had a couple of bailout spacing plays that, like, that's high IQ plays. Like when Jokic dropped the ball and Westbrook comes in and grabs it to just save the turnover. Or there was the play where he goes and grabs it and tries to go right up, and they call a foul, give him the free throw.
Yeah.
Those type of plays
Hilarious
are like
call,
big,
by the way.
because he's playing so hard that it's
Yeah.
like, okay, I have good space and I'm gonna be at the right place, but also I've been around it so long that there are these type of tricks that I could get. So I just had to say something about that.
Yeah. All right, let's take a break. On the other side, we'll talk about where we are at with the Nuggets in a big picture on the other side.
Toyota. Visit your Front Range Toyota stores today. Toyota is the official vehicle of DNVR, and they've got whatever you need for Colorado. Trucks, cars, SUVs, not just Colorado. Wherever you're watching the show, Toyota is an awesome option. They offer 17 miles with available all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive like the Epic 4Runner. They've got trucks like the 2024 Tacoma. They've got the 2024 iconic Land Cruiser as well. They also offer more low and zero emission vehicles combined than any other automaker. 16 different hybrid vehicles to choose from, like the Tundra iForce Max hybrid truck. Check out the RAV4, the Grand Highlander, great SUVs that get really good, gas mileage and won't burn your wallet. Visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, Stevenson, Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is a proud partner of the Denver Nuggets and the official vehicle of DNVR.
Sometimes you don't want to cook. Sometimes you don't want to wait. Sometimes you want to eat something better than the bottom of the barrel fast food. I've got to tell you about Bird Call. Bird Call is the best if you're on the hunt for the best fried chicken sandwiches, tenders, and salads in Denver.
Tots, too.
Look no further. They've got the new Bird in a Box right now. People are going nuts over it. Here's how it
Crazy.
works. $9.95. You can build your own Bird in a Box with your choice of 2 crispy sliders or 1 slider and 2 tenders, plus tots or fries, pickles, and one of their signature sauces. Or if you like it spicy, you can upgrade to Nashville hot tenders. Bird Call was hatched in Denver, Colorado. It's got 8 restaurants across the Front Range with more opening soon. Get over to Bird Call and get your hands on a Bird in a Box this week only. DNVR fans can score 25% off any $15 order at Bird Call with promo code DNVR. Get down to Bird Call or order online at eatbirdcall.com and grab this offer now through the end of December.
All right, we're back here, segment 3. I want to talk about Jamal Murray real quick. He always heats up in the fourth. He did miss the foul line jumper, though, that would have given them a 2-point lead, and I'm kind of surprised he missed that one. He hit the big shot right before that, so I just thought he was going to be able to bring it home. But Jamal's an interesting one, 24 points, 10 assists. It's just still uneven for him, right? There's long stretches where he's frustrating, then he gets it together, and you're like, there it is. Where are you at with Jamal right now, Dev?
I'm optimistic. He's really trending in the right direction.
He is trending up.
You're not talking about. I mean, there's times. Really, you already said it. But yeah, there are times that I'm like, dang, he can't get no separation, and then he'll have a crazy play. Then I'm like, hold on, how are you still able to do that? He had that dunk in the game. I'm like, that's still in you. Last game he had a couple of step backs where he did create, separation, and he has a few go-to plays. Also, the two-man game is still there. So like that makes me happy. He also had 10 assists in this game. So it wasn't like he was just gunning for his shot, but he had to stay aggressive while getting others involved. And I like that. So I am trending in the right direction for Jamal. So I can't be down after that game, especially with knowing that he can close in the fourth and be one of those go-to guys.
Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, in that fourth quarter, it felt like the Kings game. It felt like a couple nights ago when he just turned it on and had some huge clutch moments.
I honestly thought we were getting it again.
Totally. How could you not?
And we kind of did.
I mean, from him, we did.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of did, just one short.
Yeah, just one miss that should have been a make, and you have that game. So I agree. Trending up. He was a +1 in this game. The bench played well with him on the court.
Yeah, he did a better job cutting to that free throw space and hitting that jumper.
10 assists, 1 turnover. Still quiet at the beginning of the game in part, but his close was great. His fourth quarter was great for the most part, and definitely heading in the right direction, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it's a consistent effort, right? And then we can say that again a week from now and all that. But, the last two games much better. And I thought tonight even a little bit better. Like, he cleaned up his mess a lot in that other game, and I thought tonight maybe more of the same, but less drastic in terms of just one stretch where he was good. Defensively, Murray and Jokic got crushed tonight by the pick and roll. It's both of them, but it wasn't just Murray. So he hit his shots. I mean, he hit some timely shots. And the way he's moving, I mean, I'm with Dev about that dunk. It's nice to see he can still do that stuff. I'm going to hold out on saying the magic words, but
don't.
Definitely better the last two games for sure.
So where are we at with Denver? This loss drops them now. They are 6th. They are behind the Clippers. The Western standings right now, Oklahoma City way out in front. Memphis and Houston are tied right behind. Then Dallas, the Clippers, and Denver for your top. Right on their heels are the Lakers and Minnesota, though. So where are we at right now? I'll let you start this one.
It's crazy, man. I hate to sound so dreadfully consequentialist. If they had won this game, I would have felt pretty good. Even if it was weird. Even if it was a weird way to win.
15-10.
That's four wins in a row, 15-10 in punching, distance of the top seeds out west, and more importantly, just having stabilized. And particularly if they had won it beat by defending well and rebounding. You go, look, man, I feel like they got what they needed out of that Washington loss. But they didn't win this game. They had another Washington loss. So I'm kind of at a loss for words right now. I think Jokic has put it the best so far. I think it's a team that can beat anyone. It's a team that loses anyone.
Man, we're still here.
But I understand.
They can definitely lose to anyone.
I mean, they've proven that one.
That's maybe the only thing we know for sure about this team.
And they smacked the Clipper or the Thunder, right?
Oh, so they can't beat anybody
they
as well.
They actually have some nice wins this year. They've got some dreadful losses.
I don't know. I don't know if they could beat anyone.
I mean, I don't know about a playoff series right now or whatever. I'm just saying in a game. You got a game in an 82-game series. A season like this team could beat a lot of teams.
I don't know if they could beat the Celtics.
But they could lose to anyone.
The Cavs. The Bulls can.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think they could in a regular season game, but they are losing these games right now. And I'm more patient than a lot of people, but I'm not going to sit here and after they did the Wizards thing again, people who say they want a shakeup, I get it. This is a weird one, and I think it's as hard as it's ever been to look at this team in just this spot right now and go, I know exactly what they need, and I know exactly what's going to happen, because I don't.
Yeah. Dev, where are you at?
Asking me this right after they lose to that team, truly.
Sorry.
This is just Wizards 2.0 tonight.
You really do get flat. The Wizards, the Nuggets losing to the Wizards, the Nuggets losing to the Pelicans. Early on, they had 2 overtime wins against Brooklyn and bad teams. They are struggling against these horrible teams that you have to convince yourself that like the Clippers game, like the Clippers are not that good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like you convince yourself on that because that's all you have. But if this is the team that they're going with right now, it does. Like, I don't feel like it's just a championship team.
Yeah.
Like, I really do. You look at the really good teams in the league. Boston is just so much better than them. So, you know,
So
like
much
they're
better.
playing a different game. Cleveland is playing a way different game than them. OKC, I even, think. And they're still trying to find themselves. So, asking me this after this type of loss makes it hard because I can't just sit here and say, like, this team has it together. And, I mean, it could be right there on my mind, but I'm like, maybe shake it up. Maybe you have to.
Well, I think the thing that I look at for me, because I'm with you, like I came into the season a little bit more skeptical than most about this team, and I just knew there were some pitfalls. And when I look at it, at this point, tonight was a little disappointing from a Peyton Watson, even a Christian Brown, and a Julian Strawther. I thought Hunter Tyson's weirdly...
Especially Julian Strawther.
Well, yeah, but I thought Hunter Tyson actually gave them good energy. What is it? The young guys have to bring the juice. I just thought it was a bit of a juiceless night from those guys. There wasn't that injection of energy, and maybe that's asking too much because the veterans didn't have the juice either tonight, other than Russell Westbrook. So, maybe it's asking too much, but it really is like every night. Doesn't matter if it's the Blazers, the Wizards, the Celtics. It doesn't matter. Those guys have to provide the energy to the team, and when they don't have it, the depth just looks really thin. Then it's like, well, all right, well, we don't know if you're going to have the shot. Don't know if the offense could be rhythm. You got to bring the juice, and tonight it just wasn't a juiceful game.
Well, some guys off the bench were ready to play. I've done a little too much single game plus minus this season. I apologize to everyone who hates it. Julian Strawther was a minus 17 in under 10
That's
minutes
a lot,
in this
though.
game. Like
That's
that's
a
what
lot.
I'm trying to say, man.
Those are Zeke Naji numbers.
Hunter played well. Peyton, there were some annoying
Seriously.
moments, but he had some plays. Those were very good DeAndre minutes, all things considered, low bar, all that stuff. Julian not being able to play 10 minutes in this game. Not only that, I mean, what'd you lose? You lost by 2, yeah? I mean, that's...
I kind of like Malone making the adjustment, going to Hunter instead of Julian.
Me too, because if Peyton was having that kind of game, Peyton would get the hook. And
it's like one of those things where it's like, look, we'll go to another option. Like, you're the first guy, but if you don't bring it, you have to bring it defensively. You have to rebound. You have to just bring that energy.
if Julian's not bringing it,
because he made his shots tonight.
He's actually the least playable guy on the roster when he's
I
not
agree.
bringing it. And I'm not. I don't mean that to be harsh. I mean that as that's my real view on it. And tonight, I mean, Aaron Gordon was bad, and that last defensive possession is going to take up a lot of the conversation. I thought so much of this was the Strawther minutes tonight. I mean, among the bigger issues that still exist.
There's just so many different issues every single game. It feels like they were lucky to win the Kings game. They would have been lucky to win this game as well, since it followed such a similar script. And, one night it's the non-Jokic minutes kill them.
Yeah.
I mean, that wasn't the case tonight. Tonight it was the rebounding. And it's just like these fatal issues that keep popping up in all these terrible losses. And it's like, the thing is, it's games they deserve to lose. Like, they deserve to lose this game. They didn't play enough winning basketball consistently for long enough in this one to deserve to win. They deserve to lose, and they did. And just different issues keep popping up every night. They just kind of are who they are right now. What are we, 25 games in? 25 games in, almost a third of the way through the season. The health hasn't been great, but doesn't it kind of feel like we know what this team is right now? Not saying they can't get better, and they can't, take strides, and they can't be a better team at the end of the season than they are now. But right now, I feel like we kind of just know what this team is.
Kind of
Inconsistent, up and down play, one generational all-time player without, the reliable second option, and some guys who play well off the bench some nights and some guys who don't.
I mean, I think they're just dreadful defensively and rebounding. And
I agree. The defense, to me, I'm
Yeah.
like, I just don't know if this team
So
can
you
guard.
just add that all together. They're bad defensively. They have the one generational. They're inconsistent offensively.
Not a lot of depth.
They don't have a lot of. And then on top of that, they have DeAndre Jordan is their backup center.
Yeah.
He played well.
He did play well tonight.
We found our backup center, Jeff.
I ain't going with that. They also only have 6-7 guys that they're playing on a night-to-night basis. You talk about the health, that's already scary. And
They have guys who are consistently not healthy.
And they have guys that are supposed to be playing that are not playing or did not make any type of improvement. So now you're having to guess. You're having to roll the dice every single night to see what it is that is going to be the issue that night. Like, there is no consistency.
By the way, Malone disaster class tonight, I thought. In a 2-point loss, he called a timeout and killed a possibly 3-on-1 fast
I
break.
know,
at
that
least
was
time.
so out of a rage timeout.
We need a screen grab on that play.
So I know it's really easy after the game to go back and find any basket worth 2 points, but
Hey, you're right. It was a 2-point game. He called it on a 3-on-1 break.
and then I also
And you had
thought-
like Jokic and
for no reason, just because he was
He
mad
put his
about
body out there,
something.
too. He
Oh,
stopped
yeah. It was a
break.
Spoelstra ridge.
and then you guys brought this up.
Charging the court.
That was a vintage.
What a maniac.
That was a vintage. The bench has got it tonight. It's like, no, the
Yeah.
bench had it.
Yeah, the bench did what they
They
were supposed
had
to do.
it,
They
and
got it
now-
back into the
8
game.
minutes. All right, Jokic should be in now.
The only thing I'll
you
give
had
him,
2 games, 2 days off. 3 days off after this.
the only thing I'll give him a pass on the playing the bench too long. Yoke gave no indication that he was giving effort tonight, and when he did check back in, he kind of had the same energy. So,
That I
but
get.
I do think that it nonetheless,
That
it's
I
like an
get.
easy call. It's like,
I was like, all right, good job, Hunter Tyson, but
Yeah.
it just felt a little.
yeah.
I mean, DeAndre Jordan, great game tonight. Every time he's out there, he has a countdown clock on him. That, and you know when it's about to expire.
Yeah, that's so true.
Low key, very good 2 weeks for DeAndre Jordan.
He's been good.
Kind of balling.
He's been serviceable.
Kind of balling. I mean, Westbrook's figured him out. All right, let's take a break. On the other side, we got a bunch of super chats. Get your super chats in now. We'll answer them.
Or don't.
Shout out to our friends over at Rugged Road. And Rugged Road, they have the best coolers around. A couple of features of their coolers: floatability, lightweight design, and durability and dependability. Also versatility. Their coolers, one of the most unique features of Rugged Road coolers is their ability to always float upright. So you're, in a river or something, a pool, a lake, throw your cooler in there, it's gonna float upright. Lightweight design, unlike a lot of heavy duty coolers, Rugged Road coolers are incredibly light, making them easy to transport on any trip without compromising on performance. They're durable and dependable, versatile as well. Fishing, tubing, camping, tailgating. These coolers are great for tons of outdoor activities or sports. Get ready for your summer adventure with Rugged Road coolers. RuggedRoadOutdoors.com. Use the code DNVR for 10% off your order. Great holiday gift as well if you're doing some last minute shopping. Lightweight, durable, always floating upright, perfect on land or in water. Upgrade your cooler with Rugged Road, your ultimate outdoor companion.
That sounds incredible. It sounds like me at a Cancun resort.
Just floating upright.
I said that. The one thing about Dev is
versatile.
he floats everywhere.
Floating upright.
Yeah.
Full of booze.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
That's why you float.
Saturday Neon can give you the ultimate addition to your man or woman cave, started by 2 CU Buffs alums. Is that the right word? Alums? Whatever.
Alums.
Saturday Neon makes officially licensed collegiate logo LED neon signs perfect for your home, office, dorm room, fan cave, or sports bar if you happen to have one of those. We've got our Buffs and our Ram signs hanging up nice and bright above our front door here at DNVR. These LEDs last up to 100,000 hours, so you'll be enjoying your sign for years to come. Very easy to install, low voltage, the perfect gift this upcoming holiday season for the diehards in your life. DNVR has used Saturday Neon, and we want you to do it too. Use code DNVR for 10% off your order at SaturdayNeon.com.
All right, we're back here. Final segment. Let's get to some super chat scale, shall we?
Oh boy.
The people super chatted on the Losers Lounge.
Oh, Dev, you want to give me my drink for this? I'm just kidding. Don't move, buddy. He's like, I wasn't going to. Non-NBA channel. Is Jokic weight an issue? He's 30 pounds heavier. How about Chris Mannix?
This is Chris
I
Mannix
know,
today,
and
huh?
here it is.
Chris Mannix is not
something,
NBA
and now we get
got
$2.
what he was looking for tonight.
He really did.
Unbelievable.
Yoke's playing an enormous amount of minutes. I mean, if we want to talk about Yoke's bad defense this year, some of this I feel like Yoke's a little frustrated with the team a little bit. He's asked early on to carry an enormous offensive weight. And then a third part piece of this, I do think that a lot of the pick and roll defense, like tonight, it was a lot of he was in a deep drop and they were getting all these shots. I think that's the difference between KCP and the defenders Denver has.
Yeah,
I think
it's
it's
a
a little
great point,
harder in pick and roll given Denver's personnel. So,
Which matters.
But I think he can also give more effort on defense. But he knows his body and how much energy he has, and right now that's what he's given.
No, Dev. Colorado has one bad night. Let's bounce back,
I'm
fellas.
gonna lose it again.
It is
I said that. What is the
Dev, no. Hey, Dev.
No.
Dev.
no thanks, buddy. Peter Duck. Portland's one of those teams that it hurts extra hard to lose to. It really does for a lot of reasons. Mostly that they suck.
Yeah, that's the reason for me.
But how everyone on the team is so tired and lackadaisical on defense is killing
Dude,
me.
everybody looks like they hate playing basketball.
I know, man. There's no joy to this team, man. It makes me sad.
They're like, yeah, make a trade. You know, F it, you guys.
Who leaked the trade?
I
The
know.
players?
And like, I'm over here like, don't you guys want to do it together? And they're like,
Sam
not
Amick
really.
is like, wait, texting me?
Yeah, hold on. Michael Porter is putting himself in trade rumor? What's going on here?
IX. I saw Zeke for 1 second. I knew we were cooked. Poor Zeke.
You just saw Zeke? Is this what
That's
Zeke's fault?
rough,
Yeah,
man.
That's
They
rough.
must have panned, and it was just, that person was like,
Shot of the
"Zeke."
bench.
And they paid about it. They hate Zeke.
I like to think Zeke watches this show, and every time he gets called out after a loss when he didn't play, he just
He's like, what the hell,
Rips a
He
man?
shot.
hears
by
his name,
himself.
his ears perk up.
Yeah, it's just
and
playing
then
a sad
instantly
tune.
He's like, I hate those
I
guys.
hate
20
this.
piece from Donnie here.
20 piece from Donnie. Here's my hot take. The Nuggets should have just re-signed KCP and went to the Sakin apron.
I mean,
Thank you.
yes.
Yes.
I agree.
Facts. Depth, perimeter D, and vibes would be better. You don't want to continuously lose guys from championship teams.
That seems like
I'm gonna
what
tell you
they
right
should
now,
have done.
that take is the coldest take, man. I think we all thought it at the time, and it seems more true for sure.
My take right now is also that teams were too scared of the second apron.
Yeah.
That's another take.
Yeah.
That might be a little warmer.
You know, Jokic's play over the past few games has looked more like Embiid than Jokic. He's putting up numbers and making jump shots, but the impact isn't there.
Oh God, that is
Sorry.
depressing.
I want to thank you for finding the single saddest thing you could have
Somebody
said
can
to
beat
me.
that. We can go sadder than that. Let's go
Jesus.
sadder.
I don't
Somebody's
know,
gonna
man.
do it.
Yvonne, NBG 62. We don't need Levine. We need Hunter and Bogey bench.
All right. I mean, that is one option. I don't know if that'll happen.
Druid Trading, AG, negative 1.3 defensive EPM this season. Had a plus 1.5 last season.
That's meaningful. I mean, AG, I feel like, is ramping up.
It's, there's been
the
some
worst two words in the NBA: ramping up.
sneaky, not awesome moments from AG this year. Maddox, 15 and 62 record between New Orleans, Portland, and Washington. All beat Denver.
Unbelievable.
Damn
Well.
it. Yeah, they're throwing
That
them
one
out
was
here.
depressing too, but not as depressing as the other one.
Cole Bressler, Denver, Nuggets. Looks like 5 Nosferatus on defense for real.
What is?
I don't know what that is.
Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I do. That's the vampire thing.
What are they? Though?
Eggers
Like,
is doing
it-
another one right
Yeah,
now.
okay.
Is it? It's Eggers, right? Did I say his name right? Or is it
Twilight?
Eggers? No, it's not Twilight. It's very, very, very different. Do not take your kids to see this one at all.
Do you take your kids to see Twilight? I don't know.
I don't take my kids anywhere. Michael Porter Truther, MPJ winning his minutes every night, plus Good D as low man tonight. Clamped Grant when switched. AG Yoke CB, bad D tonight. Julian Strother has a net rating of minus 32 without Jokic on the floor. Trade who? Play Tyson.
That was
a fire super.
It kind of really was, man.
Bang,
He
bang,
brought
bang,
it.
He brought it. Yeah.
Also, by the way, of the Play Tyson thing, I mean, I'm the lowest guy on Strother of the panel. I might be too low on him because the stuff he's bad at drives me nuts. Hunter is not a player to me, but I am like, what's the difference? Play Hunter. He played hard tonight. He gives the juice. He brings
rebounds.
the juice.
Kind of rebounds. Does that? I just pulled that out of my ass. I have no idea if that's true.
it's because he got the defensive
Yeah.
player of the game thing.
I haven't
last
checked.
or two games
Anyway,
ago.
I still have to say I'm with you. Play Hunter.
I
He
don't
had
know if
that
he-
one great rebound.
Yeah, I take that back.
You
We'll
might
see.
be right. I don't know.
Me either, though. Jay, I don't know what it says about my mental state that I am more likely to stay up for a loser's lunch than a winner's one. A sicko checking in for my shit.
Hell yeah, sicko.
Appreciate you, bro.
Jay's the
Yes,
top sicko.
Jay.
Yeah, bro.
Here we go. Christoph Sizabak. I didn't get that one right. Scorden Gordon did not happen today.
Oh wow, we did not have a score.
No scored.
Rebounds
Gordon.
for F's sake. Couldn't agree more, Christoph.
Yeah.
Could not agree more. Traquan Morans, I am keeping.
We didn't have a Borden Gordon either.
I am keeping Murray and Jorker and AG and Russell Westbrook. These other dudes look like little ass kids on the court. Shake my head.
Man, they did tonight.
If I had a penny for every Zeke minute, I wouldn't have enough money to buy half of a Matt Ishbia hot dog. At least Denver Sports avoided the over.
You don't need much money for that.
Oh, our enemies did something cool. Oh,
I know, man.
Oh,
Objectively cool, by the way.
God, this hurts.
Christoph again. Reb Munder, octopus mode was deactivated today.
Jeez. Can you guys imagine the Cronkies doing the $2 hot dog thing?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Because it'll never happen.
They were like, we're going to do it, but we have to double ticket prices.
Yeah.
Do it for like a week.
That's right.
Tahir. Levine trade is risk.
We're just getting it.
We're actually going
dumping.
under the salary floor.
That's up to you guys. Listen, do you guys want second apron or hot dogs?
You know?
Levine, at this point, hot dogs.
At this
Levine
point.
trade is risky, but I'm for swinging for the fences in Jokic's prime. I get that. This team is not good enough for a deep run. They don't have the juice.
I don't know if anybody saw Zach LaVine had a trade for me game against the Celtics
Don't
tonight.
look up Cam Johnson's numbers.
So did Cam Johnson. Trade for me.
I'm
That's
in
what he's
hell.
telling everybody.
I'm in hell. Chunk Dick Wells burner.
20 piece.
20 piece. Losses to the Wiz and PDX in the same month.
PDX.
Sucks. These losses remind me of a racing snail I used to have that kept losing. I decided to remove its shell to try and speed it up. It didn't work. If anything, just made it more sluggish. Hey, bro, like,
Hell yeah,
quick
man.
question. Are these in the back pocket, or is that what you do at halftime?
This is the stupidest thing I've ever asked. Is PDX the airport initials?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just,
Yeah, it is, I believe.
I mean, it's got to be, right?
I
just
think
didn't know where it came from.
That's right. Ken Patterson, Levine's Bulls over Celtics with 36.6
Trade for
rebounds,
me.
4
There it
assists,
was.
6-11 from 3-point range.
It's pretty good.
The Big Honey, hello, Nug Life, my old friend.
No.
Welcome
no.
back.
Ben Chumash had to hit my first super chat after meeting the fellas at the bar. Great to meet you tonight,
Great
brother.
to meet you,
Very
man.
cool to
Nice
meet
to
you.
meet
Great
you.
vibes.
Tough L, but I'd rather lose and learn from these games now than later. We move. We stay optimistic. Shout out to
Wow.
the boys.
Dude, he
More
was
optimistic
optimistic.
than
I
us.
wish I was like that level optimism.
I
Man.
gotta be
loved
better.
it.
I gotta be better.
I got to be better, too.
Like bed.
I mean, they're going to have an improbable win that's just as stupid as this loss, and we
Yeah,
can
I
pick
can't
that.
wait.
Right? Everybody skips Eric. What's up, Windy Babe? When do you want to get a hotel? What?
What?
Uncle Rico's Revenge.
I feel like we just.
Did we miss something?
I feel like we just went over the line.
Did we miss
We
something?
might have jumped the shark here.
Did we miss Moach and Sean Payton gave me similar vibes tonight. Broken heart, sad, slap face, palm face.
At least it didn't come from Playboy.
Predator? The Predator?
Andrew Boley. They're playing like they want a shakeup. I think that's fair to say tonight, man. I really do. Wiley Coyote. What is Yoke's Protestant?
Protestant.
What is Yoke protesting? Thanks, guys. My first time reading English. MPJ feels a little like Russ in LA, a little misused, and I feel contempt from the team voice.
Yeah.
Braun and Moach.
Yeah.
House is on fire. Put it out or get out. Blamer's going to blame, so look inward.
I like it. And the yellow heart, I
And
like
the
that
yellow
as well.
heart as well. Ulysses Ventura, Levine and Hunter doing mating dances for the Nuggets.
What?
All right,
that
let's
it?
get out of here.
That's it, boys. But we gotta fill another 2 minutes.
Oh, we haven't even
absolutely
hit an
have to.
hour yet?
That actually seems impossible.
How have we not gone an hour yet?
We're at 58:10.
There's no wiggle room. We have to go for
To go for an hour.
another 90
If we're
seconds.
gonna do the, we might as well do a round of association.
Around the association.
But with just with those three people.
All right, do it real quick, Dev.
Zach LaVine, 36 points.
Yeah.
Insane.
Against
and
the
they beat the
Celtics.
Celtics. They beat the Celtics, so I don't know. He walked off for that one. Cam Johnson had like 33 points,
How was Lonzo?
10 rebounds.
That
in the
was
game.
Lonzo.
That was pretty crazy. Who was the other guy?
You
There was one
realize
more.
Lonzo can't be in the package for Levine, right?
Should Pickett have closed tonight?
Wow, a game high plus 10?
No one? I thought that
Lonzo
was good.
shot 1 of 7 from 3 tonight, bro.
And was still a plus 10.
Yeah, because Levine's that good.
Our other guy was Jordan
plus
Poole.
8.
He had 27 points. 27 points, 5 of 10 from 3.
Our other guy is Jordan Poole. There's never been a
We
more.
are, that's the most down bad word.
That was
in
more
Nuggets
depressing
history.
than every super chat combined.
How's our guy Jordan Poole doing? Is he did all right?
I swear I'm quitting the show.
He scored 27.
All right, our guy Jordan
27.
Poole.
We're good, guys.
right,
That's
everybody,
us.
thanks for
Scored
I'm
watching.
glad we stuck around for
We're
that.
going to go to bed or go home and watch other
Bye,
basketball
everyone.
games. Hit that like button on the way out.